Hey, what's up, guys? It is me, Sacred G. I know it's been a month since I've uploaded. Life just kind of got in the way. I mean, I'm not gonna make any excuses for it, but expect those videos to still come out. It's just gonna take time. Um, and also, I honestly have been quite busy myself. Just recently, well, since I've been getting a little involved, I guess you could say, um, with the Mormon church, right? And also on top of that, I got off a pretrial service earlier than I initially anticipated. I live in a state where marijuana is legal, so I've been chiefing it up. Um, and to be completely honest with you, like to be completely honest with you guys, McNugs, Chris, James, um, getting off that early kind of sideswiped me in a way. I did everything I needed to do. I did, I got it all done early. Um, it's just, even today, a whole month later, I am still a little shocked. Still, just kind of like, I can't believe I got off this shit early because I was willing and ready to go balls to the wall for the whole year. Right now, since that's done, it's like, what the fuck? You know? So anyways, with the Mormon church stuff, honestly, this sister reached out to me. I sent her a friend request on Facebook. Honestly, I was like, oh, she's pretty. I'll send her a friend request, whatever. And I actually wasn't expecting to talk to her, but she reached out to me first, anyways. And I was like, and I just started talking to her. And she's cool, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this girl, I'm not going to name her, of course, but she is just pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I like talking to her. Um, and, push one thing led to another, and I got paired with some missionary sisters. So when I talk about this, if you are Mormon watching this, if you're new, I am not shitting on the Mormon religion or any religion for that matter. Okay. I am just venting on behalf of these fucking sisters because Jesus Christ. Oh, he's probably up there shaking his head himself. I don't even know where to begin. And it wasn't this sister who paired me with these sisters' fault. I never once thought, oh, it was this one person. She's out to get me. Oh, how dare she set me up with these fucking pushy sisters. The thing, man, is that I don't think they knew, and I don't think that would have been intended. You know, um, the funniest thing, so, like, what initially ended up happening, right? So, my car is a piece of shit. A reliable piece of shit. Anywho, I was on my last fringes of coolant, and I was invited to this get together, this social gathering, or this social event. Um, and so I went, it was at 6 p.m. And I went, And it was actually quite a unique experience. I talked with the bishop. I got there a little earlier because I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was like, well, this is all new to me, so I'm just going to show up early. But bro, but guys, fucking, dude, I'm saying bro again. Anywho, uh, this guy made a lot of money, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this fucking guy had a guest house with a theater in it and a fucking main house, bro. So this dude, and I'm saying bro again, this dude literally knew how to make fucking money. You know, and he was a nice guy. Like, I asked him how he got into the faith and everything, and I'm not going to share that here. And we had an okay conversation. He showed me around. You know, the event itself was fine. There was another person who was not an elder or a missionary. I don't know what to call him or what to name him. We'll call him Texter. Okay? Because before this dude left, he was, you know, saying shit like, oh, you know, you could go ahead and text me back. You can, you know, go ahead and text me. You know, and it's like, all right, I will. You know, he was a cool guy. He was a cool dude. The sisters came by, dropped off a physical copy of the Book of Mormon because I asked. And they put this dude on the phone, and he told me all about the faith and everything. So I get back, you know, expecting to text this guy. And so I texted him. We talked about... Or no, actually, that was before the event. So, I'm sorry. I texted him. We were talking back and forth about a computer and all that shit. And so, you know, I asked him in person because we were talking about the cable stuff. He was doing, like, cable stuff, like organizing. And, you know, he tells me, I asked him how it went. He tells me how it went. It was very brief and quick. And at the end of the event, he tells me to keep texting him. So I do that. And, I'm not gonna lie, dude. This dude left me on read, whatever. Didn't respond for 3 days. And it's funny because he also lied. So, man, I'm getting all the events mixed up. Anywho, the guy didn't text me. Okay, let's stick with that. Because that happened during the rest of the bullshit that ended up occurring. So, these sisters, bro, I told them, okay, they wanted me to come do a church tour. I told them on the phone directly. I was like, I am feeling anxious. I don't want to do this, that, the third. Then they asked if they could come over and we can have a meet, and I agreed to that. I was like, okay, that's fine. And they did mention one other person besides, because there were 3 sisters, but they mentioned one other person besides themselves. And I was like, okay, cool, he could come, because I asked him for a ride. And that's the cool thing they do. You know, they are pretty nifty with giving you rides and shit. Or having at least one available for church or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This really pissed me off. So, they get here, and they all walk down this fucking line down our cul-de-sac, man. I am not joking. They park the fuck away from my house. We have a hill. I don't know what the fuck to call it. It's not like a steep, you know, dangerous hill or anything. It's more like a slump. It's to turn left or right to get out of the fucking, our section of the neighborhood. They parked all the way up there, bro. And I was sitting there thinking, like, why in the fuck did they not park down by the house where it would be sensical, right? Um, and not only did they fucking do that, they invited two other fucking people to my house without telling me on the phone. You want to know something else that really grinded my gears that day? Is that I invited them to come in through the house because we have an upstairs porch, right? So I offered they could come in through the house, go through the, go upstairs, go through the kitchen, we could get on the back porch. It's a, air conditioned, whatever. And I'm told, same day, mind you, and this was not said on the phone. They asked, or one of the sisters asked me, oh, is there a woman in the house that's available? Or a woman present, because they can't go in without another woman present, which makes sense. And I was like, oh, no. My mother was at work. And so they told me they couldn't come in. So, my mom or somebody got chairs and they've just been sitting in the garage. I mean, they're comfortable chairs. But they've been sitting in the garage for a little too long. So, I decided, well, I guess we're going to have it in front of my fucking house. So I went and grabbed the chairs. And then as I grabbed the first chair, they're like, we could just walk around to the back. And we could go up, to the porch. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, why didn't you fucking tell me that the minute you fucking said something, or before I even went and did anything? Okay. Yeah, that ended up fucking happening, bro. And one of the people that they invited and never told me, they kind of, like, she didn't even seem to know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, she showed up asking where the fuck to park. And one of the sisters literally responded to her with, oh, you'll figure it out. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, holy shit, this wasn't coordinated. Whoever these other people are, one of them was actually Mormon. The second person didn't know how to fucking park. Bro, I don't even know where the hell she stood with them. The key point is, they invited some fucking people over to my house. It's not even my fucking house, to my parents' house, without telling me on the phone that they were going to be inviting two extras in this fucking religious film. And that really pissed me off. Actually, not during the day, because I thought those people were cool, So I asked the sisters, later, a couple days later, I was like, hey, can I get their Facebooks? I really enjoyed talking to them. And only one of the people that actually came accepted my friend request. And I had the girl who didn't know where the fuck to park tell me she would like to be friends to only be ghosted later. So, all right, whatever. To me, man, that just showed the disorganization within that group of sisters. And I wish them the best. I hope that they grow out of that and they end up becoming more efficient as, a team, or however the fuck it works. And that happened. So the thing where Texter lied, Sunday rolls around. I don't remember. It was just Sunday last month. And, bro, this guy, I swear to God. So this is during the time he's left me on red or didn't text me back, right? And it's like, I don't necessarily think it's that big of a deal, but I mean, if you're going to literally use those words, not only use the words, but actually say it to my fucking face, at least stay consistent, because now you just look untrustworthy, in my opinion. And, we were talking about, when the call first initially started, which is funny. They invited him to the call. I never, told them how I felt about that. I just got a feeling and a vibe that it wouldn't be worth it. I mean, based on already how they conducted things. Like when I first interacted with them at that event, they were fine. We had a decent conversation about prayer and whatnot. And it's like when they invited those two other people, and just like that's when I started to like kind of really look into things. You know, and I personally find that shit just fucking, disrespectful, because it's like, first of all, you invited two people who I don't know why they even came. Honestly, I mean, if you're not going to want to connect, like, then why fucking show up to my house? My parents' place, whatever, the place where I reside. Like, why show up at all? So we're in this call, and, the beginning of it, Texter's like, they I think they asked him something, and he responded, but his literal response, dude, was, oh, him and I have been texting back and forth. The motherfucker made it sound like him and I have been texting non-fucking stop. And it's like, dude, no, that's not what's going on. You literally kind of didn't say anything for 3 days. And, what's funny, and actually a bit insult to injury, when he did bother to fucking respond, you know what he did? He didn't even respond to the message in full. And it's like, and when he said that, dude, when he was like, oh, we've been texting back and forth, I didn't say anything. I didn't even entertain it. Didn't say shit. Didn't confirm. I let the silence speak for itself. Because I'm not gonna fucking entertain some dipshit's false narrative where I guess waiting 3 days to text somebody back is like texting back and forth like we were talking. And so after that, the sisters got more pushy. That same day, where Texter was on the phone, they told me straight up, or asked me if I'd like to go. I told them the truth. I'm feeling anxious. Reality, I was stoned, so I didn't want to go to church high, but I was actually anxious and just didn't feel comfortable going with them. And so guess what ends up happening, man? They're like, oh no, I said I had chores to do because I had some things around the house that I needed to do. I'm so sorry. Like, this whole story is just crazy, but at least to me. I told them I had chores and shit I needed to do, and their literal fucking, what they said after that was like, oh, by the way, can you at least put at least 2 hours away for Christ? And I was sitting there thinking, no, dude, that's like, you don't seem to understand what you are worshiping. Like, bro, God or Jesus wouldn't want, and sorry to get religious, but they wouldn't want you to push somebody to believe in him. God's about peace, not fucking, getting converted super fucking fast. That is what actually kind of tipped me off. And the last part of this saga was around the 4th of July. I got sick. I was massively congested, which also was another reason why uploads kind of stopped. But I was massively congested. Oh, there's lightning going on. Anywho, I was massively congested. And I told them this. I told them this in the group chat that I was, that we were all in. I said I was sick. I'm congested. Whatever. They send me some things about God or, about the faith. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. I'll look at it later. And then Motherfucker, literally not even a week later, they call our house phone. Instead of me on Messenger to get through to my dad. I have told these people that I was like, hey, I'm sick. And then they couldn't even take no for an answer. They really wanted to move me along the fucking checkout belt. Because I don't know what was up their ass. I don't know. That was just the most funniest shit I've ever had to deal with, honestly. I left the group chat after that. I'm done. Like, I didn't say anything. Maybe I should have, but, I don't want to start shit and have this whole thing become like a manipulate fest where, oh no, I didn't actually say it and mean it like that. We're not pushing you. That's another thing. I told him straight up too once. Oh, I felt a little pressured. And they're like, oh, we're not pressuring you, but we would really like it if you would come to this fucking event or whatever event it was. And it's like, no, I am not going to that event. I told you. And then you're just going to, like, I told you I felt like things were moving a little too fast. And they still fucking wanted me to go to this stupid ass event. And it's like, fuck off. Like, come on. So that's what I've been up to. That's kind of what I had to deal with. And it's kind of fucked with my head a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Like, you're just going to invite people over to, people you're trying to help's houses without their fucking consent or knowledge, because I'm not going to be the only person they're going to do that to. They're just going to continue to do it until they fuck with the wrong person. So, anywho, that's what I've been up to. Again, apologies for the delay. And again, I'm gonna say this too. As I said in the why I don't use a script video, I am not on here for fame. So, videos will come out. I'll try to release appetizers in between that aren't related, but at least content for you guys to watch. Anywho, I hope you guys are doing well, and I do hope you guys had a great 4th, and see you in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Goodbye.